race leader dealing with a wee bit of lap traffic. Right now, as they run on the outside of the championship, looking in. But that slip by Kane, it would have kicked Truex out of his hold on that wildcat card spot for the moment, but a long way to go tonight.
He drove his heart out, and now he's in the chase.
Majority of the season, we've had as much speed as anybody, and if we can put that together for 9 or 10 of these next 10, we'll definitely have a shot.
He's a wild card, Casey Kane. Alan?
If we go to commercial break.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that was fun. If ifs and nuts were soups and nuts, oh, what a Christmas it would be, right?
Kyle has chosen to kind of sit outside the truck and almost gets thrown out of the truck in that burnout. He hangs on.
It's the best racing, and he's doing the best job of it. Crafton comes home fourth. Now let's go over to victory lane.
And while all this action is going on, we should tell you Kyle Larson had his worst start of the year. He spun it in qualifying, started 39th, and he's already up to 19th.
Elliott Sadler almost had this race won when we were here in July, but it didn't work out his way, and he ended up fourth.
We are under our second caution, and let's go back to our race off pit road graphic, because remember we heard a while back Brian Vickers was really happy with his race car, but he has just slipped back at the expense of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And the race off pit road as everybody holds station in the top 3. Austin Dillon picks up 2. Brian Vickers picks up 4. And he passes the 12 here, but then all right, let's talk to the driver of that 32 car. How about it, Jamie Little?
And the guys make those points up, and they get back up in track right now. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a 2-month race, because I still don't believe it. I still think there's 4 or 5 guys in this thing, because these 2 top guys can still have problems. There's a lot of races left.
5? Megan Smith is 63 down at this point.
No, it's almost right here.
Right there. Yeah, I thought he was going out of that thing.
I don't know how you do that, DJ.
I wouldn't have any idea.
No, trust me. Here's from his onboard.
See, Gibbs is down on the inside of the restart. Did a good job of not spinning the tires and staying right with Kyle Busch here. This is where he really takes control of this race. Looks like Brian Newman helped him a little bit too.
Tonight, he'll wind up leading the most laps, and in an effort to start his championship off, will collect maximum points at Chicagoland. Checkered flag and the Geico 400 to Mr. Matt Kenseth from Wisconsin.
Let's check in on our 8 onboard cameras. You already know that Brian Scott's got the Nationwide Insurance on board as our in-race reporter. Austin Dillon with the Advocare on board.
He qualified 3rd, and the great part about this, directly ahead of him, well, who can he see on that track but Sam Hornish, the guy he is competing with for this championship. Almost so close you can touch him.
Check in on the battle for 5th. As you got Parker Klingerman and then the 20 of Vickers.
Yeah, and what Drew Herring would like to do is be the guy who gets a win in this car in addition to Kyle Busch. Remember, Kyle has won in this car 10 times. No other driver has won in this car. Drew Herring would like to be the guy that does that and helps the team out with those manufacturer points. Important to point out, he's been around the team an awful lot this year, even though he hasn't been in the car, so he knows what's going on with these guys. Mike?
Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney has checked out. He is 2 seconds ahead. That's that little dot you see at the top of your screen. How about the further back?
And the key word that they just told to Ryan Blaney was tire management. That's what they want to make sure they can manage these tires. Even though he's still got a lead, he seems to be stretching it out. They want to make sure they manage these tires. As you said, only 1 more stop. I'll tell you what, the thing that's impressed me is listening on.
But Brian Scott would love to get a caution and have a short run at the end. Mike?
There has been some interesting pit strategy from the 11 team tonight. At no point have they stopped and taken 4 tires.
Remember, he was talking about how they were going to dial it in as the race went along. They seem very comfortable with where they are, especially with their tire management as they get through the end of this. So once again, Drew Herring, more adjustments, but comfortable with where the car is at. Mike?
Hard to believe this is only Matt Crafton's 3rd career Nationwide Series start. Meanwhile, I'm sorry, let's get back to Sam Hornish. Sam Hornish now running 6th. It's away. Jim.
Here's Brian Scott for his last lap. Now, or last pit stop, rather.
How big do you think the butterflies are in Blaney's stomach right now?
They honestly don't exist.
A.J. Allmendinger, Brad Keselowski. I mean, what a group that he is joining as a winner in this 22 car. Coming through turn number 4. Another first-time winner in the Nationwide Series at Kentucky. It's Ryan Blaney.
One more lap to finish it up, buddy.
I'm sorry, white flag, white flag.